Big development. Russell Wilson is reportedly emerging as a legitimate midseason trade candidate, sources say, even though the veteran quarterback isn't planning to request a release. The news comes after a rocky start in New York. Through 3 games, Wilson's play has been uneven. Low QBR and completion percentage, 3 TDs and 3 INTs, with all the scoring coming in one monster outing. Still, his resume and experience make him an attractive option for teams suddenly thrust into quarterback uncertainty. Why a trade is suddenly plausible. Wilson's current contract structure makes a deal far more palatable for potential buyers than his headline salary might suggest. His 1-year deal pays $10.5 million and includes an $8 million signing bonus. That front-loaded money means any acquiring club would be responsible for only the remaining prorated or base salary portions for the year, keeping the immediate cap hit modest. In other words, a team in win-now mode, a proven starter without swallowing a massive dead money burden. Which teams could be interested? The most obvious suitor is Cincinnati. With Joe Burrow likely to miss time following toe surgery, the Bengals suddenly have a pressing need for a veteran who can keep them competitive. Other playoff-oriented clubs with wobbles at QB or teams facing injury concerns could also kick the tires. The Minnesota Vikings and several AFC squads have been mentioned as potential fits, depending on how each roster evaluates Wilson's strengths and limitations and what they'd have to give up in trade assets. What a trade would cost? It won't come cheap. Contending teams acquiring Wilson would likely owe draft capital and at least one veteran piece, depending on the market and Wilson's perceived upside. The Giants, conversely, would want immediate draft compensation for a player on a 1-year deal, and they must weigh the roster hit against the chance to recoup value after a disappointing start. So, from Wilson's perspective, the move makes sense if he wants to keep starting. He's said publicly he's not done, and a trade to a team with a clearer path to playing time could extend his run as a starter beyond 2025. For the Giants, trading him could free a roster spot and add future currency. For a buyer, Wilson offers a known quantity with playoff experience and elite rushing upside when healthy. Bottom line, this is a fluid, high-stakes storyline to watch leading up to the November 4 trade deadline. If Cincinnati or another contender truly needs a bridge, and if the Giants judge the return fair, a midseason Russell Wilson trade could be one of the most consequential quarterback moves before rosters freeze.